What is the name of this painting?
Now that I have seen beyond this narrow sphere, it was painted about a year and a half, 2 years ago. The subject in that painting I met through Art Market, which is a show I do every 6 months to a year, where I go out and basically seek out artists in the region who I think are interesting and deserving of a show for the Fayetteville public. Of course, she had moved here only about, 3 or 4 months prior to the show, and I'd never met her before. We had a conversation once when we were organizing the Art Market show. I think she either had a very serious boyfriend or she was engaged to a guy who lived close by. She was a little torn with what to do because she wanted to go out of state for grad school. She was kind of at this point in her life, this crossroads where I think whatever decision she made would really have an effect in her future. So I played with the idea of putting a painting together that captured this journey, this crossroads, this transition from an innocent sort of environment and background to one where she was about to take off on this journey. It was inevitable at that point that she was going to go to grad school. I painted her in a white jacket because I wanted to kind of suggest the idea of innocence and so forth, and I didn't want to go any further than that. I thought white was enough, not to make anything beyond that. She's got a red umbrella in Japanese lexicon of, graphic imagery and printmaking and all that. They use a girl with an umbrella by herself as a symbol of sort of like a solitary journey. So I wanted to incorporate that idea in there, and I thought it was appropriate with the theme. The tree I used, I wanted to play with the idea of a garden, play with the idea of, Adam and Eve. The tree, of course, harkens back to the whole tree of knowledge thing. It's bare, it's got no leaves, it's in the winter, and it's got no fruit, obviously, and she has in her hand an apple. So I feel as if the tree, in some way, in some symbolic manner, is her experience with living in her, provincial, home state, where she's pretty much gotten as much out of it as she can. That the only way for her to really grow is to leave and experience life outside of her backyard, basically. And she's kind of...
She's taking that apple with her.
Yeah, she's taking that apple with her. She's plucked the last apple from the tree and is ready to take her journey. So there's a horizon there. It's cloudy, but there's a little opening hole through the clouds there of blue sky. So, it's really just, I hope at least that it suggests all those ideas that I had.
Have you sold it?
I have sold it. It's in a corporate collection in Springfield, Missouri now. It has a lot of elements that made it successful. It's hard to duplicate those things.